Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Ninja tutorial. So, in this one, we're gonna be learning actually and jumping ahead to design the template. We're gonna go over 5 steps. That's gonna be adding a new logo, adding new colors, adding a new font. We're gonna be updating the buttons, and then finally uploading the images themselves. When you land in the template, you're gonna see a file that has like template setup actually. You can go in style guide, and then you're gonna see everything that we actually need to adjust. So the first step is gonna be adding a new logo. So we wanna go ahead and like upload. I'm just like, for the sake of it, add all of the items that we had previously. Open them up. So in terms of that, in order to add a new logo, we are gonna wanna add like this version like this. Let me just, it's opened. SVG, or make use that SVG, and then on dark. So just going back now and seeing this, I actually see like this is working great on a dark background, but on a light one, it's not really so great. So we might want to go ahead go back and create one more variation of the logo in Figma, let's say. So let's do a black version and then export it, just in case we need it in some place and that we can fall back on it later on. Downloads, it's gonna be SVG, and then just upload this here. So yeah, now we have these two. We can always fall back to them when needed. After that, we have the typography. So previously we were using Jakarta Display and Saint Marie. But in our version, as we said here, we're going to be changing those two fonts in order to achieve like a more unique branding. So for us, in order to do that, you're going to go on the top, project settings, go on fonts. And then here we have the fonts currently installed. In order to be like a lot better from like speed wise, we went ahead and like delete all of the other old fonts because they're going to be slowing down the website a lot. And we do not want that, as we're going to be uploading our ones. Open both of them up. So font display swap should stay like that, just because before the font loads, it's gonna fall back to a system font of some sort. So we want to leave it like that and like don't touch anything. That part is done. We actually need to go inside of the designer itself and then go into style guide. And now we have, previously we were using Jakarta Display and Saint Marie. They're gonna be like a little bit broken, honestly, just because we're gonna be using a different, like we removed the old fonts and now we're gonna be replacing them. So don't worry about that. In terms, we're going here. So we have the jumbo. We have the like this jumbo HD font. So this is Saint Marie font. So previously it was like named ST font. In this case, I think we're using the greenhouse as the other one. So we're gonna be using the New York as the second one. Let me just find it. Here it is. And then selecting to be normal. And then for all of the other ones, we need to go ahead through this like wizard and create everything. So we have an H1. We want to select here all H1 headings. We want to select the greenhouse font. You can see the ST font is always falling back here, just because the original class was ST font, and then basically applying that class to anything else will be changing it to a different font. Then we have the paragraphs. We're just going over and seeing like, is everything selected here? Font and the weight should be like greenhouse and normal. That is inheriting from the body. So when you're adding body and then all pages, we set the greenhouse to be everywhere else. And then like for everything except headings, it is basically falling back to the body and getting the text from there. We're just going ahead and double checking everything just to make sure that we didn't make any mistakes here. So yeah, you can see previously the label was probably bold and we need to just fall back to the normal label. So now it's good. We have a block quote. So let's do, in our case, design a block quote. Let's do greenhouse for that also. Normal. But let's add maybe a little bit of line spacing here between those two items. And usually people do this, but it's like pricking your head. So just because the font is not meant to be italic, I don't like to do that. So let's do 0.5 spacing maybe. and then increase the size of the quotes to 30 pixels, in our case, to look a little bit better. You can see the list item, and then again selecting all list items to be normal. Sometimes, like when using different fonts, they're like having some different sizes, so we're gonna need to adjust what is small, what is medium, what is big. And then, like, if you see it in composition, the list item itself also, that is good. So yeah, we actually went ahead, added the new logos, we added a new font, and then now we're gonna be moving to adding some new colors. So here, from like our Figma file, again, if you're purchasing the template, feel free to send us a preview link of your template on our email, and we'll be more than happy to send you the Figma file if you want to adjust it from there. So you see that I basically adjusted everything in my designs first here, so I can reference back and see what I really like for the template. And then we just need to find like which colors to replace here actually. Clicking here, then you're gonna be editing the branding color and pasting it in here, and any place you actually have this brand color is gonna change back everywhere. So it's a really unique feature to Webflow, like to change it pretty quickly. So just because this template is having like a background element on itself, so if you go collapse everything body, you're gonna see a background pattern. If you want to change the background color of the whole page, so I actually just use a single color for this. So previously we had a pattern, but in this case we're gonna be removing that. So we're gonna be adding this one and then reverting back all of the font colors to be into this brand color. So now we can see already that it's coming to look a lot more like the template we've been designing. And then you can see a lot more adjustments you can do on the template itself here. So you can see what updates we did, like what licenses you have. You can contact us for support if you get stuck at any point actually. You have free resources, and then you have some components actually here. So some of these buttons are probably gonna get adjusted here. So let's say in our case, I'm gonna be redesigning this to be like 35 here, or maybe 25 here, 15, and then like adding maybe 55 here. And then this arrow circle can be at 90% to the right. And then for the bigger button, it can be at 95% to the right, or maybe we can even increase this to be 30 and then 80, and then change out this to be at 90 back again. And then we might want these ones to be now colored just for this use case, and then having a dark color for the text itself. This is looking great. So now we have like some more sections that we can override in this part. We can have here, so we have a feature link that we did not have like the font for. So the feature link can be greenhouse. We can change this to be normal. And then now falling back to all links, we can actually change the color of all links to be this. Bam, that's it. And now we have this arrow. If you want to continue using arrow like this, again, Figma is gonna be your best reference for it. We actually went ahead and created some of the icons, like pretty similar ones that we're gonna use. So let's export this red sparrow and upload it here. Now that's done. Now the red sparrow itself is here. We're just gonna be uploading it instead of this one. And then as fonts change sometimes, we might from time to time want to add like, let's say 10 pixels from the right for that. Now everything else is working pretty fine. For this component, maybe it is gonna be better like if the line itself is gonna be a different color. Yeah, great. Then we have our clients, all good. Our projects, all good. Awards, we're gonna be redesigning that in another part of the tutorial as we're editing the homepage. Our offices, so sometimes like in some components, we're gonna have the label being a color that we don't want it to be, so we can change the color to be something different. Now maybe white. In this case, we're gonna be using everything like this. And then the borders. In this case, going back to here, something like that. And then one more component has this back border line. Okay, actually all of the links have the border line, so we can go ahead and change the color of the border line to be the brand one. And that is that actually. So we should be in a pretty good shape. So yeah, that's it. Now let me just have a quick glance on the homepage. We're still not redesigning anything, but you can see the template is starting to adjust, to look a lot more unique than what we previously had. So that's everything for this tutorial. I'm gonna be seeing you in the next one, where we're gonna be editing the preloader and like making the loading function of the website be according to your brand. So yeah, bye bye.